Hey everyone, it's David Nielsen here, and I'm coming at you from my home office in Southeast Boise, as many of you are probably at your home offices, on behalf of our entire team here at Platinum Idaho Real Estate. And I wanted to do a quick market update because we want to share with you what's happening in the Treasure Valley real estate market. We've been getting that question a lot from our clients, like what effect is the COVID-19 pandemic having on the current housing situation, and where do we see housing going from here given the current pandemic. So wanted to share with you, and I'm going to walk you through some graphs just to give you the actual stats of what's happening in the market so that we have some ideas. And I'm going to start here with the Ada County monthly sales units. So we can see here that monthly sales, this is in red, the 2020 numbers. From February to March, monthly sales numbers jumped up really high. We have to keep in mind though that that's from the business that was put under contract or homes that went pending 30 to 45 days ago and finally closed in March. So we may not see the full effect of those numbers until, looking at the March or the April and maybe the May numbers if this continues on. But the overall sales volume in this graph went up as well. The 2020 numbers again are in red, and if we look at February, which was $299 million, jumped up to March, $399 million. It's a big increase, and what that tells you is that home prices have been increasing in the Treasure Valley. Now I want to keep in mind that we're only looking at the Ada County numbers so this video isn't too long. The Canyon County numbers are similar and show a similar trend as well. But when we're talking about prices, let's jump to these graphs so we can see how the prices are increasing and everything that's closed in March versus previous months. So this is the Ada County monthly median price, and the monthly median price is is including both new construction and existing homes. So that monthly price from February was $360,000. In March, it was $367,000. So we had an increase there. If we break it down from the new construction and separate that from the existing homes, we've got $388,000 in February and $410,000 from business closed in March. The existing sales went from $345 to $350. So overall, we are seeing an increase in prices in the Treasure Valley, and that's good news for us. But I want to look at this number here. This is inventory, and this is overall inventory. And you can see, and we expect it to be this way, in 2017, 18, and 19, inventory generally will go up in March, and it will start at January, and then February and March, and then it will get really busy in May and June and into the summer months. But we had a big spike from February to March of this year in inventory. And that's a number that we need to watch because we have to make sure that those homes are being absorbed and they're closing, or else we're going to see the days on market increasing, and that time on market is where things may shift from a seller's to a buyer's market. But I want to point out in this next graph, and these are the exact same numbers of inventory, it's only comparing it to 2008 where inventory levels were at their highest. And this is just to put it into perspective that we are nowhere near the inventory levels that we were in 08. So that's really good news. And as far as we're concerned, this is a little blip because of the economy and probably people maybe getting cold feet or things like that. And so we just have a little bit more inventory on the market than we've had before. So that's definitely a number that we need to watch. Now this graph here, you need to look at this because here's another interesting statistic. This is the Ada County sales price discount. What that means is it's like what kind of a discount did buyers get from the most recent list price. And you can see in 2011, when prices were at their lowest and it was largely a buyer's market, it was by far a buyer's market, almost 16 months of inventory, we had price discounts of up to 3% in 2011. But last year, we had price discounts averaging probably 0.5% maybe, and in some months even below that, down to no price discount in May. But the price discount has dropped from 0.3 to 0 from February to March. So we're not really seeing from the most recent list price to the current sales price, we're not seeing a discount in prices. So buyers aren't getting big discounts because COVID is in the air. Buyers are getting the same discount they were getting before, which is almost nothing. Okay, and now we're going to move on. Okay, now take a look at this graph here. So this is what I think we need to watch most carefully, and this is the number of pending sales. So we're looking at new and existing construction in Ada County. The number of pending sales has gone down, and we generally will see that trend moving upward as the months get warmer and people are out there and writing new contracts. But in this case, we started in February and we went down almost by 100. So that's kind of concerning because you think, oh, we're not having as many contracts written. So we need to watch that number carefully because that's indicative of what the market strength is. And this very last graph I'm going to show you is forecasting the future business strength, and it's a little bit complicated, but bear with me and you'll understand it. So I want you to look at, on the right-hand side of the graph, the far left side of the graph, January of 2019. The yellow number represents the number of new contracts that were written during that month. That's 766 in Ada County. The blue number represents the number of closings in that month, 588. And if you take 766 divided by 588, you get 130%. Well, what does that mean? That means that we are forecasting the next month to be 130% because we're just giving a number to it to forecast the strength of the following month. Now, what's interesting is if we jump to the right-hand side of this graph, and I believe this number in yellow is 837. So we had 837 new contracts written, and you can see here that we had 934 closings. So that market strength is only 90%. So it's fallen, which means we had more closings than we had actual contracts written. So it's just kind of something for us to watch on that. What I want to share with you now is some numbers from Silver Creek Realty as a whole. And I want to compare the last week of March from last year to the last week of March of this year. And at Silver Creek Realty Group, the last week of March last year, we had 197 closings compared to the last week of March of this year, it was 278 closings. So it was a big increase in the number of closings. But we have to keep in mind that those closings actually represent business that was put under contract 30 to 45 days ago. So we may not see the effect of COVID until we get and start to look at the March or the April numbers when they come out. But we also did see at Silver Creek Realty Group last year during that same week 38 terminations, and this year we saw 53 terminations. So we did see those terminations increase a little bit there. But again, probably due to a lot of buyers maybe not being able to get financing because they're either furloughed or perhaps laid off due to what's happening in our economy at this time. I'm going to jump to just one last thing that I want to show you, and that is the Ada County numbers from the Boise Regional Realtors that they put out every month. And I just want to compare March of 2019 to March of 2020. And if you look here, we had big price increases. We had more sales that month. We had large price increases. And the days on market actually decreased. So we went from 49 days on market last year to 43 days on market this year. So all in all, we think the market is still very healthy. We're seeing properties come on. We're sometimes seeing multiple offers. We're not seeing a decline in prices. We're not seeing a decline in price discounts from the list price to the sales price. And we do have larger inventory and we're seeing fewer pending sales. So we really need to watch that. But our optimism for the market is that Boise and the Treasure Valley is going to remain very strong because we have such a robust market and such a good influx of people. I believe that those people who are quarantined in more densely populated states who were maybe on the fence about coming to Boise, I think they're going to be even more so inclined to move into the Treasure Valley. And I think that housing prices will remain strong. The big question is, how long is it all going to last? We're optimistic it won't last forever. We know it won't last forever because pandemics never do. But the Treasure Valley housing market remains strong. I think it's a great time to list. The showings that we do get are legitimate, strong showings, and many times result in offers written and closings. So that's our take on the market. We hope that all of you are staying safe and enjoying this time to maybe get some things done or spend time with your family. And as always, we'll provide an update next month and catch up with the latest numbers. Otherwise, have a great day and take care.